certain disciple, which means that she was committed to Christ. This description fits her better than a follower or a servant or a church worker. The text said that she was a certain disciple. Before we look at the work of Dorcas, the text states that she was a certain disciple. And I have discovered that we have people that are full of good works, but they have not experienced discipleship. Look at Dorcas. She was a disciple. Then she was able to put some compassion in her passion. This woman was known by what she did and not by what she said. And this is the reason why I discourage folk that do a whole lot of talking and talk a good game and produce so very little. We should be known by what we produce and not by what we say. You ought to tell your neighbor, I know he's right about it. There's so many of us, we talk a mile a minute, but the truth be told, you ain't producing nothing. So many of us got ways to do stuff and would give you the suggestion and not even show up to be a part of what they suggested themselves. I wish I had some folk in here that know what I'm talking about. I'm tired of being around the folk that got all the mouth and ain't got no elbow grease to their actions. You ought to slap your neighbor and tell them, I know that's right. Yeah, because we are known for what we do and not necessarily by what we say. And here it is, Dorcas. She was who she was on the outside because of who she was on the inside. And whatever we are on the inside, it will show up. Oh, I wish I had some help in here. It will show up on the outside. You ought to slap your name and tell him, I know he's right. Yeah, this type of person will give to others in so much that it will cost them to live. Dorcas had given so much to others until she had broken herself down. Have you ever encouraged somebody that needed to be encouraged, and when you walked away you felt discouraged yourself? If you're like Dorcas, you'll find yourself helping others even when helping others is hurting you. You ought to tell your neighbor, I know he's right. Yeah, the text says that Dorcas got sick. All the breath left her body and she died. Not only did she die, but watch this, her good works died. Not only did she die, but her charities died. Not only did she die, but her labor of love died. And we must understand that when a person dies, they not only die, but what they stood for has died. What they have contributed has died. And we become so distraught at the death of a loved one, not just because we love them, but we love what they stood for. I wish I had some folk in here that know what I'm talking about. Know that there are some folk that we had to leave these mundane shores. Some folk that took a stand for something, and we just not mowing them, but we mowing what they stood for. You're gonna slap your neighbor and tell him, I know he's preaching. Yeah, she died. The death, her breath left her body. And the text says that she got sick and she died. And they laid her in an upper chamber, which was the place of prayer and supplication. I want to go on the record and declare that I love where they placed her. They placed her in an upper chamber where there was prayer and supplication going on. In other words, they began to reposition her and put her in a position for a miracle. You ought to tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, don't worry about your condition. give you a reason to shout? Because my condition might be jacked up. My condition may cause me to lose my mind. But thanks be unto God for my position. And I'm not validated by my condition. I'm validated by my position. I am the righteousness in Christ. I'm the head and not the tail. You ought to snap your name and tell us about your position. Yeah, they placed her in an upper chamber. And the Bible says that all of her friends and those that she had helped, those that had benefited from her kindness, they had gathered around her and they were reminiscing about her, and they were talking about the things that Dorcas had did. Yeah, they talked about how she began to sew different things. Here was a coat that this Dorcas made. She called it out of wilt. She worked so hard. Here was another garment that Sister Dorcas stitched. She stitched it and she began to do all kinds of things. And they began to mourn where she was. And death had left in her body. And here it is. She has no life in her body. Her breath is gone. And they are sitting up holding up stuff. Talking about Dorcas. And here it is. As they were talking about Sister Dorcas. Thinking about her life. Talking about some things she had did. They laid Sister Dorcas on a table and mourned her death. They believe that it was the end for Sister Dorcas. And it probably seemed to them that all of her giving was in vain. But God, somebody ought to shout, but God. Somebody ought to shout, but God. God never forgets a labor of love. And my sister, I stopped by to tell you that God has not forgotten your ministry. My brother, I stopped by to tell you that God has not forgotten your ministry. You must understand that when you work for the Lord, He'll never forget what you do in kingdom building. And you may help someone who rises up and they might forget to tell you thank you. But thanks be unto God. We serve a God that never forgets, and He comes in when you need Him the most. He will not just show up, but He'll show out on time. And here it is, the text says that they sent two men to get the man of God. I looked at the text, and the text does not record that they called for a mortician. The text does not record that they called for a funeral home, but the text calls for that they sent for the man of God. I heard that Peter is in the atmosphere. I heard that Peter is somewhere in the region. I heard that Peter is somewhere in the community. I heard that there is a man of God that's located in the city. I want to ask two men, I beg you, I dare you, I double dare you to go get Peter and bring Peter back to us, because we got a sister that's too wonderful to lose. You ought to tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, there are some folk that's too valuable. There are two folk, that's too important because of what they do in kingdom building. And here it is. Peter is on the way. Can't you see Peter stretched out? Can't you see Peter on his way? Can't you see Peter with a mind